What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Hope I pronounced this name right. Okay, making their debut on the channel tonight! I'm scared to pronounce this name. I hope I do this right. We have boxx. Yes, indeed. How about that? boxx, please let that be right, making their debut on the channel. Okay, this comes as a request from Krauser and Home Gnome, and this was actually one of Home Gnome's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, Home Gnome and Krauser, both of you. Hope you guys enjoy the show. They both want to see me react to this song by boxx called Take My Chance. Now, before I go any further, I'm having a real hard time with this name. Okay, here's the thing. It's spelled DOLL $BOXX. So I'm assuming the $sign stands for an S. So boxx. Now, it very well could just be boxx. I don't know. If you guys could let me know in the comments, I would greatly appreciate it. Have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, I've never heard this song before. This does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This was posted by Musicmonicon. Is that right? Yeah, Musicmonicon. Okay, there it is. And the video has 87,592 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. I hope I pronounced this right, man. boxx. Yeah, Take My Chance live at Tokyo Dome City Hall. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
boxx で燃え尽きてくれますか？暴れてくれますか？もっともっと楽しんでくれるかい？行きましょう。Take my chance!
Nice break. Nice break right there. Really nice break. Very strategically placed. Okay, first impressions. Really good. Really good. Everybody clearly knows how to play. I think I know why Home Gnome wanted me to watch this, though, and listen to this. That bass player. with the popping. Yeah, great popping technique. Got a very nice attack on her pops. It doesn't sound thin or weak at all. It's really nice. Probably doing a mid strings, maybe a little higher up on the neck probably, but it sounds like a heavier gauge string. Doesn't sound like she's on the G. Sounds like she's probably on the D, higher up on the neck. But it sounds really good. Really good. Maybe even up on the A, but even higher. It's possible. But it's got a nice full pop sound. Of course, it comes with mixing too, and proper EQ on the amp, on the preamp. So nice job on her part. It sounds great. It sounds really tight. The drummer back there doing the backing vocals and doing some of the screamo stuff. That's nice. I didn't see that coming. That was a nice little touch. You don't see too many drummers doing the backing vocals. That's usually more of a job for like the bassist or one of the guitar players, or even the keyboard player. So seeing the drummer actually doing it is pretty cool. It's not. I'm not saying I've never seen it before. I'm just saying it's not common practice. So anyway, let's keep going. Let's see where this goes. Guitar solo. Cool. Back up. Okay, it sounds really good. Okay, it sounds really good. There are some great things happening within the musicianship. Obviously the bass player highlight, obviously. I wish they would show her more. It's funny that, someone who's contributing so much to the song and the movement of the song is not getting a whole lot of camera time, which, as much as I expect that, and it's, it's common, West bass players don't get a whole lot of respect as it is, but it's still kind of irritating when someone who's contributing so much to the song and the direction and the feel of the song is not being showcased at all from the camera standpoint. The camera is pretty much locked on to the lead singer and the drummer at all times. It's not really fair. I know, but that's the life of a bass player. As much as we want the spotlight, we don't always get it. Guitar playing is solid. The drumming is really nicely done. I love the play and feel, switching between the double time and the straight times. Double time, straight time, double time, straight time. Very nicely done. Very smooth. Everything makes sense. Vocally, doing some really great things. When she goes up super high, it sounds good. I just don't know if I'm the biggest fan of it. It sounds a little pinched, if I'm being honest. When she goes up to the highest notes that she's done so far, it does get a little pinchy. but it still sounds good. She's in pitch. You know, she's singing in key. It just sounds a little like it's getting pinched. Not pitchy, pinched. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. I'm hearing the backing vocals from the drummer clear as day. It looks like the keyboardist is doing some backing vocals as well. So, yeah, so far so good. Let's get into this guitar solo, and we'll go from there. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it was really well done. Really well done. I have to think about this one, though. I have to think about it. I know I enjoyed it. I don't know how much I enjoyed it, though. Let me think about it, and I'll see you in the review. We'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was... I really hope I pronounced his name right. boxx with Take My Chance. This was a request from Krauser and Home Gnome, and this was actually one of Home Gnome's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So there you go, guys. Home Gnome and Krauser, hope you guys enjoyed the show. On a scale of 1 to 10, yeah, I feel good with it. All right, let's just stick with it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.3. Yep, 8.3. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, the songwriting. Not that difficult, not that complicated, not that overly, drawn out and overly complicated and try to blow people out of the water with their complexity. It's a very simple song, actually. The chordal structure all made sense. It all flowed. You heard a lot of the 1 down to the 6, up to the 3, down to the 7, up to the 1 again. You heard a lot of that pattern through the song, especially in the chorus, and that's perfectly fine. Look, other bands have had great success with using that pattern. Lots of bands have had great success using that pattern, so it's not a problem at all. When I heard them do it, I was like, okay, well, there you go. No, but everything they played made sense. Everything sounded good from a chordal structure standpoint. I loved the play and feel switching between straight time to double time to straight time to double time to straight time to double time to straight time. I loved that. That was cool. Almost. I'm not saying they did, but almost overdoing it. Not quite, though. They never crossed the line, but they walked up to it. But they didn't overdo it, and so I'm not knocking them for it. From the performance standpoint, the guitar player did a really nice job. Really nice solo. But besides the solo, nice tone, good crunchy tone, not overdoing it in the verses and the choruses like I've heard some other guitar players do in the past. Won't mention any names. I think you know who I'm talking about. A certain individual whose name starts with a Y. That might kind of clue you in. No, but I mean, she did a fine job. Knowing her role, playing out what she needs to play out, you know, keeping a little more subdued when she needs to keep it more subdued. Very tasteful playing. Keyboardist. I could see her back there. I could see what she was doing. She never stood out. I mean, she did a great job doing what she was supposed to do, filling out the sound. Never coming up to the front, though. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, okay, well, there were some times you heard the piano, okay? But when she wasn't using that piano patch, when she was doing more of a fuller sound like a synth patch, you couldn't hear her at all, really. But when she did switch to the piano patch, she did sound a little bit, so there was that. The drumming, really nice job. I think the drumming was one of the highlights for me, honestly. Besides the other one being the far more obvious, but I'll get to that in a second. No, but the drumming on this was solid, like rock solid. It's a great fill work. Very tastefully done. And on top of it, she's doing backing vocals. Like I said, not commonplace. Usually backing vocals are done by guitar players and bass players. And if there's a keyboardist, sometimes the keyboardist jumps in. You don't see the drummers doing backing vocals very often. And for the drummer to be doing most of the backing vocals, that's unusual. It's not unheard of. It's not, I mean, it's not like I've never seen it done before. I mean, can we say, you know, can we say Mike Portnoy? You know, I mean, obviously, you know, drummers doing backing vocals is not impossible. Or how about the Rev from Avenged Sevenfold? There's another one. You know, but at the same time, it's not commonplace. So to be able to see the drummer doing the backing vocals while playing is very cool. Okay, I know exactly why Hondo wanted me to watch this. Being a bass player, he wanted to see me react to the bass playing. Look, the bass playing was solid. It was very nicely done. She has some very impressive pop and slap, in particular the popping. The slapping was there, don't get me wrong. I heard the slapping, but it didn't stick out like the popping did. I mean, the way she has her bass EQ'd and her amp EQ'd, really geared toward upper mids and highs so that those pops really stand out. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Her technique sounded clean. It sounded really good. Everything she did sounded conducive to the song. It never, like, it was at the forefront. Don't get me wrong. It was at the forefront pretty much the entire song, but I never felt like it ever took over the song. I always felt that what she was playing and her popping and slapping was conducive and it stood out. But I never thought for 1 second, I never felt it for 1 second take over the song. That little melodic line that she did after the guitar solo was really nicely done too. I'll be honest with you, this is gonna sound weird, and I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but I don't care. I was more impressed with what she did after the guitar solo with that melodic bass line. I was more impressed by that than I was her popping and slapping. But I'm not knocking her popping and slapping. I'm just saying I think like that melodic line, I feel was more impressive. I feel like there was more to it. That had more sustenance. Vocally, okay. She did an outstanding job. She really did. She sang well. She sang in pitch. She was doing a great job of leading the crowd and interacting with the crowd on a live performance standpoint. Her vocals sounded really nice. The only complaint I had was when she would go up to that upper note in the chorus. Every time she did, it sounded a little pinched, if I'm being honest. It thinned out just ever so slightly. Now, is that common? Yeah, she's not the first one I've seen do that. I've heard a number of vocalists have that issue, have that problem. It wasn't so bad that it destroyed the song, though. It wasn't so bad that it destroyed her vocals. No, her vocal performance was still very, very strong. I'm just saying, I noticed it. That's all. It's not a knock on her in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, I did notice it got a little pinchy when she went up. That's it. You know, everything else sounded really good. It sounded great, as a matter of fact. I enjoyed the song. I enjoyed watching the performance. They did a great job putting on a good live performance, a lot of crowd interaction with all the musicians. I didn't really see the bass player doing anything with them, but the guitar player, the drummer, vocalist, even the keyboardist to some extent, always looking out in the crowd, smiling into the crowd, interacting with the crowd. So great job all across the board. No, I feel good with the 8.3. I think it's an appropriate score, and that is where we're going to stay. So 8.3, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys feel like giving the video a thumbs up, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. If you guys feel like ringing the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.